This is the Old Time Review podcast. And now the Joy Drops do Not Drunk. This is the Old Time Review podcast for July 23rd, 2020. And there were plenty of names that I could talk about in great detail here, including in 1894, the English-American actor and television personality Arthur Treacher was born, plus 1895, Eileen Pringle, the American actress, was born, and last but by no means least of the ones that we shall mention here, Hank Worden, the American actor and singer, was born on this day in 1901. But the person that I've chosen to feature today will be somebody that isn't familiar to Britain and probably isn't familiar to Americans either. His name is Bert Newton. He was born in 1938 and it's his birthday today. He is 82 years old, and for those who are unaware, he's an Australian media personality, and he's been in television and media in general for over 60 years. He's had a long association with both the 9 Network and 10 Network in Australia, and I suppose you could say some of his big things include being alongside Graham Kennedy, the Australian legend, on the show In Melbourne Tonight, which was like a Tonight Show type thing back in the early 60s. Plus, he did New Faces. He was also an anchor on Good Morning Australia. He's also done the Australian version of Family Feud as well in the mid-2000s. And I first became aware of Bert after finding this documentary on Amazon Prime about him. I thought it was about him. It turned out to be presented by him and talking about Australian television, which really started in sort of the mid-50s. And so he's presented it, and I was just blown away by kind of his mixture of like Americanism, but also quite British and reserved at the same time. Australian television is a really interesting thing, and I don't think it's something that is really discussed enough. He's also had a very long career in radio as well, but it's television that I really want to focus on here. He also did the Don Lane show. He had his own show for a little bit as well, which is where I think that little bit about old Australian television came from, where they were playing theme tunes to like Burns and Allen and all that sort of thing, because like I say, we don't always consider Australian television as a thing. But I can tell you, go and look at stuff for In Melbourne Tonight with Graham Kennedy. It is outrageous at times, even now, and Bert always went through things with great humour. And like I say, he is part of that sort of legendary generation of Australian performers. And I believe he's still out there, although he might be in partial retirement now. But I have seen him on award shows and stuff recently. So there we are. So if you're out there listening, Bert, I'd like to say happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a marvellous day. Although by the time you get this, even when it's released, it's probably the end of the day in Australia there. So, all good. And for those who haven't heard of him, do go and check him out, because he is an important part of Australian culture. If you'd like to get in contact with me here at the Old Time Review podcast, just email jamie@oldtimereview.co.uk. You can also tweet us at Old Time Review. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/oldtimereview. And you guessed it, www.oldtimereview.co.uk.